All right, how's it going, everyone? I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and it's Sunday, 14th of May, 2017, and I'm going to be reviewing, as usual, the Commitment of Traders report to see what the hell is going on. Some very interesting things this week. I think we're looking at some trend changes in the market coming soon, so let's see how this works out. I'll start off with the Australian dollar. Very interesting, very interesting over here. You see this big move up. I think it's time to take buy signals in the Australian dollar coming soon. Maybe not just yet. We could see one more attempted rally, one more dip. Let it form a W, and we'll see how that works. But the commercials have gone really net long. No, not net long just yet, pardon me, but they're approaching the zero line. They've covered a lot of their short positions, and the small speculators have been going short in this market. That's a big move for them. So as usual, we always want to be contrary to the small speculators. We want to follow the commercials, the trend changers. So we're anticipating that the Australian dollar is likely to rally. So I'd take buy signals, but maybe not just yet. We could see one more dip down over here to form a W, and we'll see what happens with that. Very interesting, very interesting. And as usual, our views change as the market changes. It's dynamic. It's not fixed, right? We're flexible. We need to be flexible with our trades. We're strict with our rules and flexible with our trades, because we follow the market. We can't be stubborn in the market, right? The market is the market. It does what it wants to do. All right, the British pound, the stubborn sterling. I like to call it the stubborn sterling. anyway I don't think it's going to be stubborn for very long. Looks like the commercials are covering their long positions. They're starting to go a little bit short in this market, and the small speculators look like they're going long. So this is a very interesting. We could see one last pop back to maybe 130 level again, and then a drop down. But I'd sell rallies. That's what I'd do. If you're trading the pound USD, I'd sell rallies. Very interesting. Very interesting here. So we'll see in the next couple of weeks what happens. And by the way, guys, these are all swing trades, right? To increase your chance of success, you have to swing. You have to swing these trades. So let's move on to the Canadian dollar. This is really extremely bullish for the Canadian dollar, but I don't see a reason for this because of oil. I still think oil will short at around the 51, 52 mark. We'll get back to oil, but I think we could see one more drop in the Canadian dollar before a rally. But that's just me. Could we rally from here after this consolidation? I mean, yes, we could, but we'll have to see. We'll see how the market reacts to this. I still think we could go lower in this market before we take buy signals. I'll get back to this pair, the Canadian dollar and the oil. The euro. The commercials have gone below the zero line. They're now extremely net short, and the large and the small speculators are going long. This is also very interesting, very interesting. I think this is really bearish for the euro based on the commercials positions. This is very bearish. They've gone from all the way up here net long to all the way down here. They're now net short, so we'll see what happens. I'd sell rallies. That's it. Could come back down, fill this gap. That's what I expect to happen. For this gap to be filled at some point in the next few weeks, couple of days. Gotta see what happens. So that's it for the euro. The Japanese yen. It looks like the commercials have started buying this market again for a couple of weeks in a row now. I think we're going to see higher prices in this in the yen, possibly to this gap here, and we see the small speculators have gone short again for a couple of weeks, and we like to be contrary to them. We like to be contrary to crowd sentiment. We don't follow the sheep, people. It's not us. So it looks like we're gonna see a rally in the yen at some point. Swiss franc. This is also long on the Swiss franc. This is quite long on the Swiss franc too. I'm going to be I don't really trade the Swiss franc too much, but I take, if you're a Swiss franc trader, I take buy signals in the Swiss franc against its weaker counterparts. I usually like to talk about other pairs, but I can do the dollar, but I like to talk about other pairs. If there's weakness in the euro, it means the dollar will get strong against the euro. So that's how I view it. But if for those of you who want the US dollar index, uh, this is quite short for the dollar. You know, we could see lower prices, but they have been buying this market since here slowly. They've been buying the market quite slowly. So we could see one more dip into here, to the 98 maybe, possibly, and then take off from there. Yeah, that looks like it can come back. It can come back to the 98 level, and then go all the way back up to 100, 101, or it could go higher from here. Again, we have to be flexible with our trades, strict with our rules. We just adapt to the market, right? Mexican peso. Extremely. What a beautiful trade. This is extremely short the Mexican peso. You know, the USD Mexican peso. I'm buying that. That thing is going places. It's going places. Look at that. Look at that drop. I mean, the commercials have gone from, extreme net longs to now extreme net shorts. So that's very interesting. And the small speculators, as usual on the wrong side of the market. This is a big move. I think that trade's gonna work out just fine. New Zealand dollar. Again, I mean, this thing hasn't really moved. We've been waiting for a buy signal, but it just keeps fading. We could see now that could see one more pop back up on the New Zealand dollar, but we're not as long as we were before. They've covered their longs just a tiny bit, but this is still long. So we'll have to see what happens with this pair. What's interesting is that the small speculators again are net short. So we could see a rally in the New Zealand dollar. And there's a couple of gaps too that need to be filled, which I'll talk about in a bit. Energies, crude oil. Again, they've gone a bit bullish here. Small speculators gone short. I think crude oil will rally into the 50, 51, 52 area and drop back down. I think this market will get choppy, but I want to take buy signals long term on crude oil. There will be a drop again, but I don't think from these levels. I think we could see a drop from maybe 50, 51, 52, around those levels. But I just look to buy on dips, crude oil. I'd like to buy on dips. So I'll wait for a dip after the rally, or it could continue higher. However the market pans out, we just adapt. All right, metals, gold. Gosh, I love gold. We see gold here. I think gold is gonna go higher. I think gold is going higher from its current levels. Commercials have gone a bit. They've covered a bit of their shorts. They're going a little bit. They're buying this market slowly, but I think we're gonna get a buy signal in gold because of the yen. We can see the commercials buying the Japanese yen, and it looks like there's money flowing into safe haven assets. So to confirm our trade to buy the yen, we need to see a rally in gold. So without a rally in gold, I'd be very careful buying the yen without a rally in gold. So if we start to notice gold is in an uptrend, then yeah, I'd be buying the yen. All right, let's move on to the pairs. Euro USD. I think this is gonna short. Could see one more pop back up, attempt to test this area, or it could short from here. But I still have this pair going down to fill this gap. So I think this gap will fill at some point. We are on the overbought in the percent R. So I'd take sell signals on Euro USD. USD Japanese yen. We're approaching the overbought. I'd like to see us touch the overbought to take a sell signal on this. Again, we have to see what gold does, right? This looks like it's gonna drop at some point. However, could go higher from here. Could make one more attempt to this area and then drop. But I take. I'm still mixed with this pair. We have to see what gold does. So let's see what happens. Sorry. USD Canadian dollar. Because oil is going higher, I think that's going to give the Canadian dollar some short-term strength. But I still think there's a drop in crude oil from those higher levels. So I'd buy on dips the USD Canadian dollar. We need to see crude oil rally again in a couple of weeks, and then we'll take buy signals on the Canadian dollar. But for now, I don't think there can be any Canadian dollar strength right now. Could be, but I could be wrong. But we'll see what happens with the market. AUD, New Zealand dollar. I think this pair. I'm really mixed with this pair. I think it could retrace back down here and then rally again. But we'll have to watch how that works out. Euro, New Zealand dollar, weekly. Here's a daily. I think this is going to be a short. The Euro New Zealand dollar. I think this is a good short. Fill this gap and this one. I think these gaps will fill. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out. We've touched the overbought for quite some time now, so we'll see how that works. We'll see how that works. AUD Japanese yen. I still think this will short, close this gap at some point. I'm just waiting on the yen to get some strength. Same thing as USD Japanese yen. If the yen gets strength, then this would be a very nice pair to short. The euro yen, euro JPY. I'd look to take sell signals on this pair. Euro JPY. Come down, maybe fill this gap, and we'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out. So we could see one more pop back higher in the yen, as we discussed in the USD Japanese yen. But I still think the yen will get some strength soon. Is there any other pairs? Yeah, the pound, the stubborn pound sterling, the stubborn sterling. The pound is. I think the pound is in for a short. I think we should take sell signals in GBP USD. I think it's time to go short on this pair. It could touch the 1.3 area. Could merely touch it as the euro touched the 1.1 and then dipped back down. So we could see a similar scenario play out with the pound USD. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm looking to take sell signals on the pound USD. That's going to be very, very interesting. Same thing, pound yen, same thing. Has a long way down to go. So I'd take sell signals if we see a rally in gold. In pound yen, euro yen, these are good trades. I'd look to short. I'd short euro USD, and I'd also short pound USD. Yeah, that's about. These are the pairs I'm really focused on right now. And oh, I almost forgot the Mexican peso. Cannot forget that one. Where is the peso? Did I pass it? Oh, yeah, there it is, the peso. This is going to be a wonderful trade. This is on a weekly. It's starting to print up. I think this pair is really going places. I'm going to be heavily buying this pair, the USD Mexican peso. I just buy on dips. Any dips I see, I'd buy it. I'd buy any dips. This is very interesting. Tried to rally here, didn't work out. But I think we will go higher in the USD Mexican peso. So I take buy signals on the US dollar Mexican peso. So these are the pairs which I'm going to be swinging, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see it, and we'll see what happens with the market. Anyway, good luck, my friends, and good trading.